What's up, everybody? And here we are back again talking about Nicki Minaj. Now, let me hurry up and get this information out because guess what? My phone is getting ready to go dead, so I don't have much time. I only have 5%, and I don't want to plug up my phone to my You know what? I could go get my charger and put it in here. I wanted to use my microphone, but I'm not gonna use my microphone. But anyway, Nikki, she want to be Maga. And she got the right, like our mind said, you don't have to respect nor discredit black people. You got the right to do whatever you want to do if that's what you want to do. But you don't have to disrespect or discredit blacks to make the white people feel comfortable. Girl, when I tell you, Nikki has everybody going in on her from Kaya to Ra Ali to Joe Budden to baby the Trump the administration goes on and on and on and on. And when I say Kaya went out in on Nikki and she read her ass for filth. She read her and the husband for filth. Amber Rose defended Nikki. And Amber Rose defended Nikki because Amber Rose has also went Republican. And like she said, she does not have a problem with the Republican Party. She likes what they stand for. She liked their views. It's some things that she disliked, but for the most part, she found out that she was more Republican than she was Democratic. And I'm not mad at that because the older we get, the more we start to fall into who we are as people and what it is that we like and dislike. So I'm not mad at Amber Rose. And like I said, I don't have no dog in the fight. I'm not mad at Nikki because if Nikki believes what she believes, then that's what she believes. And maybe she says, I am leaning more toward the Republicans in my personal life than I do more toward Democratic. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think it's crazy that Nikki is calling this man Trump handsome and all this and stuff. I just don't believe she believes that. But I believe that she's probably for the Republican Party. Okay. Now, I think the Trump thing, for me, there is some type of hidden agenda in that. I feel like she's probably trying to get her husband's record expunged or something like that. I'm not sure. That's just speculation. But to me, it feels like she wants something out of the deal with Trump. However, personally, her views and everything that she stands for might be geared more toward Republican Party than Democratic Party. Joe Budden spoke out and he just told this lady, don't even call me. Don't even pick up the phone and call me. No, calling me, no, don't call me no more is crazy. Because I'm going to say this. Because like he said, don't call me no more. This is my thing with Joe Budden. Joe, you ain't have a lot. You wanted what you wanted out of Nicki when you needed Nicki to clarify what was going on between her and Cardi. That's when I feel like they had a friendship. When he felt like, I need this interview from her. I need to understand this. I need to understand that. But for the most part, Joe had been riding Cardi's coattail the past couple years. So he wasn't really holding Cardi accountable for some of the shit that she was doing. And he was like, it was kind of like he fell off that Nicki bandwagon a long time ago. I know nobody never gonna necessarily say that that's what was going on, but you could tell the difference in his stance after he got the interview with Nicki, and then a couple years later, he just kind of like started like not defending her on some of the stuff that she was doing or some of the stuff that she had going on. He just wasn't like in defense of her like how he was when he wanted that interview. And when he first got that interview, he was like, oh, yeah, we put things aside. We this and that, It was all these kumbaya situations. Like they was just this cool and that cool or whatever, whatever. And then I feel like as the time progressed, he started to scale back on Nicki. And now he gets to just say, I get to write your butt all the way off and I don't have to deal with your ass no more. I don't need no more. I don't need another interview with you because my platform is where it is. I don't need I don't need to rub elbows with you for no reason. I don't need nothing, right? So does him being able to say, don't call me no more, That's crazy. See, when people don't need you, when people don't need you, they can't go on about their business and they can do whatever it is that they want to do because they don't need you no more. I don't need you to grow my platform or nothing like that. I got your barbs the way I wanted to get your barbs. They fuck with me no matter what, and now they don't F with Nicki. So everybody's turning against Nicki for her stance, but I feel like don't turn against her for her stance. Turn against her for stuff that she's actually doing that could ruin, you know, what black people stand for. And I'm not saying that Nicki is doing anything right or she's doing anything wrong. Because I don't have, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight, period. Right? But at the end of the day, I think that all of this has something. I think, okay, so what I think is, and I'm trying not to mix my words. I want to make sure that I say what I say and that it's what I want to actually say. You have Trump separate and you have a political party. You have the political party, Republican political party, that I feel like she likes most of the things that the Republican Party does. Okay? I think even though she went to Turning Point, that is just a way of saying I fuck with the Republicans, right? That's what that gives me. I think the Trump thing is something separate than that because individually, I feel like she needs Trump individually based on she need him to do something for her. You scratch your back, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Now, in her personal life, in her household, she could have still been a Republican and nobody would have never knew, right? She could do what she wanted to do because she couldn't vote. She's Trinidadian. So she could be Republican in the privacy of her own home and nobody knows that. Now, this is where things get a little murky in the water for me. I think that her coming out supporting Trump, that's what she want to do, but it's only because I need something from you. It never says that she wasn't Republican. It just says I'm going to outrightly support you outwardly because I might need something from you. So he probably like, well, if you do this, then I do this. You get what I'm saying? If you scratch my back and then I scratch yours, you know, and that's what that gives to me. It doesn't give me, oh, she Trump friend or nothing like that, or she for Trump and nothing like. No, it gives me, this is a scratch your back and I scratch you scratch my back and I scratch yours type of deal. And like I said, she could have been Republican all this time and nobody knew. She could have necessarily been that. You have to realize that the Democratic Party, they played in a lot of black people's face just how they were going about trying to get this lady elected in office. And it had nothing to do with nothing besides abortion, abortions. And I wasn't like standing with that. I'm not standing with that. I didn't vote for no party, but I'm just saying I understand where she's coming from. And like I said, a lot of times people privately in their own home, you lean into where you lean into. Everybody just not gonna know where you lean into. You can have your opinion about both parties, but where are you leaning to? She never said where she was leaning to when it came down to politics. She never said, oh, I'm Democratic, oh, I'm Republican. She never said neither one. But like I said, when she in her household and she walking around her house, whatever she is, you'll never know unless she outwardly said it. So now that she's outwardly said it, she's only saying it because it's a, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's just what I get from that. I don't get like she's trying to do anything out of spite or she's trying to be some type of way or she's trying to hate on black people. And now I'm not gonna lie, to big up, to downplay black people just to big up white people, that was just crazy to me. You know what I mean? We got to be a little bit better in that aspect, but oh well. And then you got Ra Ali threatening to expose Nicki. But I'm not sure if nobody really cared because they really believe that Ra, you might have stole money from her, even though you sent that little long letter and she didn't respond to you. You could be a little upset about her not responding. So now you threatening to expose her. But you could have exposed her. Excuse me, y'all. You could have exposed her when you wrote the letter. You didn't have to wait till right now to expose her, but I understand it's content and people wait to do certain things. Everything has to be calculated because if I'm trying to get on site back popping the way it was popping, I got to use this situation to my advantage. So I had to wait around for something to happen to be able to use the situation. Now, in my mind, I think you have the right to change your mind. I do believe that the Democrat Party was definitely pandering to black people in an incorrect and inappropriate way. I think that Nicki has adopted this idea that the Republican Party can help her somehow, but also I think that she may even have more views that lean closer to the Republican Party and not the Democratic Party, and that's okay. So get in the comments and let me know, do you think that people should get denounced for their stands just because they don't stand in the same shoes? Because I feel like two people of different races can be cool. Why can't two people with different political views be just the same? I mean, but who am I? I'm just saying, I don't think that, I'm not mad at Nicki because you do what you want to do. But I think that the Trump thing, sometimes she was going a little bit too far with the Trump thing. Like you just gaslighting just a bit too much, or you deriding a little bit too hard. You know what I'm saying, for Trump. When really you could have just got up there and just been on turning point and just kind of like gave up what it is that you needed to give up, or what. Because from the situation with the Africans, and Christianity, from that situation on forward, I think it's been like a kind of like a downhill spiral for her, and it hasn't really been going in her favor. I'm not sure she gives a crap. I don't think that Nicki cares, because when you think about it, yeah, she might be losing followers, but she's gaining them too, because some of them people are Republican and they feel some of what she feels. So it's millions and millions and billions of people in the world. So let's be mindful that she's still gonna pick up where she was at Turning Point. She just picked up a lot of fans from them, right? So just make note, wherever she's going, she's picking up fans at the same time, because people are picking their phone up and going to follow her, okay? And they're going to be supporting her. So she's just getting the support of the right wing now and not the left. And it is okay. That's what she want to do. I'm not mad at that. I'm not opposed to that. But I think calling Trump handsome, but maybe he handsome in her eyes. Maybe she not worried about what he looked like in her eyes, but I think sometimes she was just glazing a little bit and trolling. So that's where I get from that situation. Y'all tell me in the comments how y'all feel. Do y'all think that she should be denounced? Do y'all think that she is really losing this, I don't know, losing herself, should I say, if you will? Or I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know down in the comments and we will talk about it. I'm out.